Hello, 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 hello. Okay, seems to work. Okay. So hello and welcome back to Stack Dive, another episode of More Babies Please. And this is a series where I'm building a Flutter application which will hopefully help new mums overcome some of like the difficulty of being a new mother. So essentially the idea is, and the motivation is, in the modern world, at least in the West, motherhood has been looked down upon for a couple of decades and hasn't been given the same amount of attention as women going to work, etc., etc. And that means a lot of generational knowledge seems to have been lost, which means that when women come to have children, they don't have anyone to rely on, they don't have sources of information, and so there's a gap in the market for an app that can provide this information. And so this is what I'm trying to build. Well, it's not just me. I'm working with a couple of founders who are trying to build this and help women. And this is roughly what it's going to look like. It's very basic. It has login, sign up, some nice affirmations, and a symptom checker. Symptom checker asks you some questions, suggests for you some articles, and then you can read the articles in the app. And hopefully this will grow over time and become a really nice source of information and community building for new mums. The idea being, if we make it great for new mums, if we make the experience of motherhood amazing right from the off, or at the very least minimize any downsides, then we can make more people have children. I've just had a baby, or at least my wife has. She gave birth to it, not me. And they're awesome, and more people should have them. And that's the point that's the reason that I want to build this app. Okay, so let's see where we are already. So I'm building this in Flutter, which is a application building system that was invented by some people at Google, I think. And the idea is you can compile your app to different platforms easily. So I compile it to Android, iOS, Mac, Windows, the web, Linux probably as well, although I don't know if that's true. Actually, it may not be true because Linux is complicated. But anyway, to a lot of platforms. And this means you can write your code once, compile it for everything, and you have a single code base, which makes it much easier to maintain as a developer. Okay, so let me show you the project. So this is what I've got so far. You can see here I've got the application running in debug mode in Google Chrome, and this is where I'm at. I've got main.dart, I've got app.dart, and I've got some crappy page somewhere. Sample list item view, I guess that's this. And you can see I've got here list tiles, text sample item, woobity doo, dee-da. That should hot reload. Hello? Did I not start it again or something? Debug. Oh, I was complaining about that. Right, okay. Let me just quickly comment that out. Still whinging. Doesn't like this. There we go. Woobity doody da. What I'm trying to do in this episode is add in authorization from Firebase. So Firebase is a app building tool. Oops. Is an app building tool that helps you run applications. Okay, by which I mean it acts as the back end for everything. So if you need a server to run functions on, like an Amazon Web Services thing, it can do stuff like that. If you need authentication, which is what we're doing here, it can do that. If you need a database, it's got Firestore, it can do that. It's very fast, it's very performant, it's very cheap. It's like an all-in-one app building thing. It makes the process a lot easier. So that's what we're using. I'm following a tutorial by Firebase UI Auth, and I'm going to start halfway through the tutorial because I've already created and set up the Firebase project and set up a Flutter app. So I think you can see me do that in the first stream. So watch that one. There's one before this one. And I'm going to run through this. I'm going to switch off my monitor. I'm going to switch off this camera and run through it. And then when I've completed this tutorial, I'm going to come on, I'm going to explain what I did and tell you how it worked. And in the meantime, I will play some copyright-free classical music. So if you like classical music, stay tuned and watch me run through this. Okay, speak to you in a bit. Bye. Oh, no.
Non più tra i farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girando, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto ad un giro d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto ad un giro d'amor. Non più avrai questi bei panacchini, quel cappello leggero galante, quella chioma, quell'aria brillante, quel vermiglio d'onesco color, quel vermiglio d'onesco color. Non più avrai quei pennacchini, quel cappello quella chioma, quell'aria brillante. Non chiudrai farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girando, delle belle turbando a riposo, ma ci sento ad uncino d'amor. Delle belle turbando a riposo, ma ci sento ad uncino d'amor. Fra guerrieri può far bacco, gran stacchi stretto sacco, schioppo in spalla, sciabla a fianco, collo dritto, l'uso franco, un gran casco, un gran turbante, molto onor, poco cantante, poco cantante, poco cantante. Ed invece del fandango una marcia per il fango, per montagne, per valloni, con le nevi e salioni, al concerto di tromboni, di bombarde e di cannoni, che le porre tutti i tuoni all'orecchio fan fischiar. Non più avrai quei pennacchini, non più avrai quel cappello, non più avrai quella chioma, non più avrai quell'aria brillante, non più avrai farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girando, delle belle turbando a riposo, ma ci sento ad uncino d'amor. Delle belle turbando a riposo, ma ci sento ad uncino d'amor. Cherubino alla vittoria, alla gloria militar. Cherubino alla vittoria, alla gloria militar, alla gloria militar, alla gloria militar.
Hello! So, we did it, or I did it. I'll just quickly see if the audio is working. Beautiful, wonderful music. Wonderful music, I hope you enjoyed it. Hello! Yeah, so does seem to be working. Cool. So it seems like, well, not it seems like, we've got it working. So I've gone through this tutorial and found that what you have to do is you have to come here to main.dart and you start this app. You start my app. I'll zoom in a little bit. Oops, no, that's not what I want. Zoom in one. So you can start this app. So if we follow this app, it comes to here inside of app.dart, and we're building a widget in this app. Stateless widget is a thing which means it's got no state, so whenever it loads, it's exactly the same. And this thing is a listenable builder. I don't actually know what. I don't know enough about that to tell you what that is, but the thing I think I do understand is it's got this builder parameter which creates a material app, and a material app is some sort of app or something. At least one of home roots. I mean, material UI is something that Google came up with, right? So I presume if you're building a material app, it means you're going to build an app with that sort of thematic flavor. But honestly, I'm actually not too sure about that. But anyway, what I've done is I've added this thing, home. Now this parameter, and in fact, you could actually see it on here on the material app. It says at least one of home roots on generate root or builder, etc., etc., etc. I think I've got on generate root already. I wonder what would happen if I just did this and just got rid of that. Would it affect anything? No. Cool. So maybe it just goes through and it hits the first one. So if I swap these around, so I apologize that I don't fully know what I'm doing, but let's test. So if I said home there instead, and then I commented this out, what would I get? I still get that. Oh, that's interesting. So maybe home takes precedent then, regardless of what's in it. Anyway, I'm going to get rid of you. I'm going to move this up here. Actually, I don't need to. It's already there. Okay, so then what I do is I go to the home root, and that loads this thing here called AuthGate, which is from the tutorial a page that handles authorization for me. And so I come through here, and again, I'm building a widget, and this time I'm building a stream builder. Now, the point of builders apparently is that you can use them to build your UI dependent on conditions and data that can change in your UI. And so they're sort of statefully built, if you like. So the stream builder is listening to this Firebase auth.instance.auth state changes. And this is connected to my Firebase auth, and it's checking if the user who's using this application has had an authorization state change. And so it's streaming information in to the app, And streaming means that it's just sending information to the same location like every so often. And so if I log out, it's going to send some information. If I log in, it's going to send some information. And this builder operates off of the most recently sent piece of information. And if it says, yes, they're signed in, then the builder is going to say, okay, well, if the snapshot, the most recent snapshot from the stream has data, or sorry, does not have data, so as in it's null, which is the two options. It can either send back some information about me or send null. It's then going to provide this email auth provider. So if I sign out now, you can see I've got this email and password screen. And I can add a header and I can add a subtitle. Blah, blah, blah. You can see if I save that, you can see that it pops up here. And these are all parameters basically that you can add in, although I don't know what they're actually called in. Let's find out. So you might have seen me doing this as I went through. I like to add flashcards explaining, answering questions I have as I go. So let's find out, what are parameters on widgets called in Flutter? Okay. They are called properties or attributes similar to props in Svelte or React. Okay, nice. So you can provide these props or properties, and you can have like the header builder property, which allows me to add that image in, the subtitle, which allows me to add this nonsense in here, which I added, and a footer, which allows me to add this. By signing in, you agree to sell your soul. Yikes. Oh, I don't need to register. I've already registered. In fact, actually, I didn't check registration. So let's see. Email. Boo-boo. Oops. At yoyo.com. Hello. Yeah, whatever. Hello. Register. Hello, 1, 2. Yay! Oh, it worked. So now if I go to my users, I should see another user. That's cool. Users. Booboo at yoyo.com. Nice. There we go. Well, that's very cool. And then if I try and sign in as booboo at yoyo.com, and what was the password again? Hello 1 2. There we go. And then we've got this other bit, which is the name. Booboo. Yep, save me as that. I don't know if that changed anything. Let's see if it did. So now, if I sign out, where's that? Delete account, sign out. And if I go to booboo at yoyo.com. Hello 1 2. Check my thing, and I am indeed Booboo. I've been saved as Booboo somewhere. Cool. There we go. And the point I got up to, okay, so let's see. So yeah. So then what happens is I get this sign-in screen, I get all these props, and I have my email auth provider. I had a Google provider, which I haven't added yet because it needs me to give some information, which looks like it's private, so I'm not going to do that on stream just yet. However, if I am actually signed in, I get returned this home screen. So if I go to this home screen now, you can see this is where I've got this widget being built as well. And this time, rather than some sort of builder, I've just got a scaffold. I'm not fully sure what a scaffold is. Let me just add it to my... I may have already asked this one, actually, now I think about it. But it can never hurt, can it? Okay, so it's... Okay, so it's the idea is that the scaffold widget is the general setup that you would have for your average application, where you're going to have an app bar, the body of a page, the floating action button. I'm not fully sure what that is. Oh, here we go. Here's another one then. What is... floating action button in Flutter? But yeah, and the other one, the draw side menu, you know, when you pull something out from the side, and the bottom navigation bar, which I guess is the backwards and forwards and all that good, lovely stuff. Okay. So the floating action button is... circular button that floats above all other content on the screen, typically, as implied by the name, an action that the app wants the user to take, e.g. add a phone number for a contact. Okay, there we go. So that's cool. I guess you can, if you're not interested in adding these things, you don't have to add them. So if I just get the app bar down, you can see I've only got the app bar on the body. I don't have anything else. So I don't have any, I don't have the menu. I don't have the floating action button. I don't have the bottom nav bar. I've just got the app bar, and I've just got the body with the information on. Welcome to Mummy. Don't forget to sign in. You can have your soul back. Bosh. Okay. So yeah, that's that. And then the other thing, oh yeah, so the final thing is with this app bar, there are actions that you can pass, and these actions allow you to define things that should happen when you click. So unfortunately, this little debug thing is in the way, but this is like a little user here. And when I click on it, I go to this user profile, and from here, this is again from Flutter Fire, just like the sign in was from Flutter Fire. And Flutter Fire is the tool I'm using to integrate Firebase and Flutter. And it just gives you a profile screen, apparently. And so it's basically saying icons person. So it's got this little person icon here. If I click that icon, then navigator.push context, whatever the hell that is, that's just some information about, I think this is how you pass like styling information and stuff. Oh, look, it says here, look, what's this? Describes the part of the user interface represented by its widget. Yeah, whatever. I guess maybe it's for passing information down widget trees. Maybe. Oh. I'm gonna have to do it now. Represents the position of a widget in the tree of widgets making up the application. Carries information about parent widgets and related properties. This allows it to provide global theme styling information and help with navigation around the application. Okay. Nearly roughly what I said. Material page root, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so again, this is an app bar giving me, giving me this profile screen here. So if I click on this, you can see that this is from users Connor, app data, local pub cache, hosted pub.dev, Firebase UI, auth, lib source, screens, profile screen, dot whatever. And this is a special, this is a provided screen pre-built for me, which allows me to easily create a user profile screen, I guess. And it's got actions, signed out action, context navigator.of, context.pop. And this allows me to sign out somehow. I guess this is, yeah, this is from, again, from Flutterfire. And then it's got this information inside of it. So this like children thing where it's got a divider, which you can see there. And then it's got some image that it's trying to load. I don't really care about that, so I'm just gonna delete that, I think. Yep. And then you shouldn't see it. Yeah, that's better. That's nicer. Okay. So the final thing I'll do is, whilst I'm on screen, I will add Google authorization, because it doesn't actually look that hard. It just looks like something I can't necessarily show on screen. So multi-platform Google Auth, yada, yada, yada. Authentication, etc., etc. Done that. Configure sign-in. Web client ID. So they've got this blocked out, so I imagine I can't show whatever this is for me. So I'm just going to move this over here. And then I'm going to go to sign in method, Google. Are you being awkward? There we go. Web client secret. Get my web client ID. Bring this over here so again you can't see it. This one. Okay. Okay. So that isn't working for some reason. Complaining about asset bundle name dash.png. But the server responded with HTTP status 404. Okay, I'm gonna cancel that and then restart and see if that fixes the issue. Huh? There we go. Hey, sign in with Google. Whoop. Okay. For God's sake. Isn't it annoying when you forget a long-standing password you have? Oh. It's getting me to do the Galaxy sign in and everything. Yep. Well, goddamn, son. Hell yeah. That's awesome. So yeah, that works. Yeah. That's it really. I think I've absolutely smashed it. I wasn't expecting to get it all done, but I have. I have got it all done. So, highly recommend that tutorial. I will link it in the description. And that's it. I might just collect, while I'm here, I might just collect my congratulations. I've done it all. Oh, yeah, baby. No. Right. Thank you very much. See you next time. Next time I will probably try and well, I guess now I've got the sign-in down. Next thing is to start designing UI and figure out how to do that. So I'll do that next. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.